Okay, here I just want to give you a very brief introduction to R and obtaining some sample statistics. So the first thing you have to do is get some data in there, and I'm just going to show you how we're going to just type some in now. There'll be some other ways that will be more convenient later. But I'm just going to put D. I have to click inside the window, D, which I'm just going to say stands for data. C, open parentheses. That C just means combine these numbers into a data set. So now I'm just going to type some numbers, separating each number with a comma. And then close parentheses at the end. Okay, I'm going to get a histogram for these numbers, H-I-S-T, and I'm going to tell that I'm using the data that I called D. It is case sensitive, so if you had used a capital D, make sure you use the capital D here. In fact, that's true in general if you want to refer to any variable or any name for a data set, and this is just the name for a data set. And also for the variable in this case. That'll change from time to time. Okay, so one problem with histograms is that the shape of the histogram can be affected by what you use for the class limits. In other words, this could look quite a bit different if you went 0 to 5, 5 to 10, and so on. One way to help out with that is to do what's called a density diagram. So now I'm going to say D-E-N-S. I see the reason it's not typing anything is I have to click back in this window. D-E-N-S, that's what I'm going to call a variable here, is equal to density of D. And then this is a two-step thing on this one. Most of them aren't, but then you have to do plot D. Plot D-E-N-S. Obviously the plot of D is the plot of the data, and then plot of dens is the plot of the density plot. Again, that's just a name I made up, the D-E-N-S, and the D for that matter. Okay, so now I want to get a box plot. So just box plot for D. You can see there's one outlier in this case. Now that could be an outlier or an extreme value. R, like jump, does not distinguish between the two. Other programs like SPSS will. And now I want to get the mean for D. So mean for D, there it is, 16.4. Standard deviation for D is 15.67. The 5-number summary, 5num D. There's the 5-number summary, the min Q1, the median Q3, and the maximum. Could also have done summary of D. And that'll give you the 5-number summary and the mean. Okay, I'll have a list of these commands available for you, and then later on we'll talk about some other ways and some other things you can make the graphs look different and maybe for presentation purposes. Okay, just a couple of other things here. One is that sometimes you don't get the whole plot here, so if you just click over there, it'll spread out and give you the rest of it. And the other thing is to copy a plot from R to a Word document. Here's how I do it. Right-click, copy as a meta file, then go to Word and just paste it in.